On today's video, we're going to talk about fasting and how fasting can help you break down programs that are holding you back in your life and help you access the healing potential that lies within you. Welcome to episode 2 of Event Horizons, where science and spirituality meet so we can have better lives. I'm Dr. Michael DiMarco, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about everything that you need to know about fasting. Now, fasting is a huge topic and is becoming really popular, but when it comes to fasting, people get really confused. There's so many different ways to fast and so many different types. There's juice fast, there's water fast, there's intermittent fasting. It's enough to make your head explode. So we're gonna make it really simple for you to understand, and we're gonna talk about how it affects your body, the benefits, scientific benefits, but also some of the more esoteric spiritual benefits of fasting. First, when we talk about fasting, there's 2 main rules that we need to know, 2 main things. And the first thing is what you eat or don't. There are many ways that people can fast, or we hear about fasting. The first time that I did a fast, when I told people that I was fasting, the first thing that they told me that they did, I did a fast before, I did a juice fast. When people think about fasting, they think about religious fasts that last about a day, where they don't eat during the day and then they eat at night. The type of fasting that we're talking about is when you literally don't eat anything and you only drink water. To me, that's a true fast. There are some people who do fast with no food and no water, but it's not what I'm recommending, and you don't have to do it to get all the benefits. The first thing is what you eat or don't. Now, the second rule, the second thing that we need to know that defines our fast is how long you do it for. Now, how long you do it for can change the benefits and change the results of what we're doing. And we're gonna get into that a little bit later. There are 2 ways to define how long you fast for. The first thing is what a lot of people are being introduced to nowadays, and that's intermittent fasting. When we do intermittent fasting, usually we're talking about fasting in short periods over a long period of time. And this usually, the fast can last between 12 to 16 hours. Some people do an every other day fast. It really depends on to you and what you want to do and what your goals are. This is something that you can do for an extended period of time. Currently, fasting, eating, it's really more of a way of life than something specific that's a fast that you're gonna get a benefit from. Second type of fasting, if we're gonna label it, is an extended fast. So for the sake of the video, for the sake of what we're talking about, when we talk about an extended fast, this is something that's longer than 24 hours that you're not gonna typically do very often. It's something that you're maybe gonna do once or a couple times a year just to get the health benefits out of. For our simple fast, our simple guide, and by the way, if you like this video and you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. This really helps this video get out there, this information get out to people that need it so we can help them too. And it also helps me, it gives me feedback, so leave a comment so I know if you have any questions, if I can answer them, or what videos you would like to see in the future. So drop a comment down below. Now, for our fast, we already defined that for our fast, we're not gonna be eating any food and there's not gonna be any juice. All we're gonna have is water. And before you do any fast, please consult with a medical professional. Please talk to your doctor to make sure you're healthy enough to even do this. Don't take this is not medical advice. This is just information for you so you know the difference between the different types of fasts, and if you were to do them, what to expect. So the thing that's gonna define our fast is the length of time that we're gonna do it. The length of time that we're going to do it is going to change the benefits and it'll change the use of the fast. For me personally, I do intermittent fasting almost every single day. I usually do at least a 12 to 16 hour fast every single day, which if you really think about it, that includes sleeping time. All it is you either skip breakfast or dinner and you just eat your other 2 meals throughout the day. Either breakfast or lunch, or lunch and dinner. And what that will do, it will put your body into a mild state of what is called autophagy, where your body will go in and start clearing out all of the dead cells, the excess cells that are causing damage to the other cells in your body, and will help rejuvenate the system. It'll also give your digestive system a little bit of a break where you're not always processing food. And that will conserve actual energy. If you saw my previous video, the energy I talked about in that video, the subtle energy is what's required to do a lot of these processes in our body as well. So we want to conserve that energy to be used for higher purposes. The next length of time beyond 12 to 16 hours this is what I'm currently doing, is a 24-hour fast where you eat only once a day. There's a diet, the EMOD diet, where you eat literally once a day. You do a 24-hour fast. Essentially, we're only eating once a day. You're gonna go a little bit deeper into that autophagy. Your body's gonna be able to use that subtle energy for other things throughout the day. You may have more energy physically because you're not using it to digest food. I don't know if you've ever felt this way like I have. When I eat like a really big meal or I eat a lot of meals throughout the day, I feel very tired, I feel very sluggish, and it's very hard for me to get what I want to get done. I used to be super into bodybuilding back in the day. I used to eat 5 or 6 big meals a day, and I can tell you now I have more energy now than I did back then when I was working out every single day and I was eating all that food. It didn't give me any more energy than I have right now. It actually gave me less, and I was a lot younger then than I am now. So there's something to it. There's something to think about with that. The next time frame that we're gonna talk about with the fast is 48 hours or 2 days. And this, if you go on YouTube or you go on the internet, you'll see people doing an every other day fast. And this is something that I don't recommend for everybody to do, but some people do it for weight loss because you're going into an even deeper state of autophagy. Every other day you're not eating, but then it's really more of not so much of a 48-hour fast when you're doing it consistently. You're really doing a 36-hour fast where you're just not eating during the day, every other day. And on the days that you're not fasting, you're eating your normal food. This will help break down fat. It'll help also get rid of those excess cells, those dead cells. All of this, by the way, is really great research is telling us for longevity. Fasting is even found to be better in mice. The studies haven't been done on humans yet. It's really hard to do because we live actually so long, where the mice are actually living longer, better than just doing a calorie restricted diet. Fasting is really the way to go. The next time period is 3 to 5 days. But once you start going beyond 2 days into the 3 to 5 days, this is the type of fast that you should really only do a few times a year, not very often. Once you get past 3 days, your body will go into the deepest states of autophagy, where you're renewing your entire immune system, regenerating your immune system. You're getting rid of all these excess cells. Some people do it as a prevention for cancer. It's not always foolproof. It's not always gonna work. It's not always foolproof, but for cancer, which I would definitely not recommend just doing that for cancer prevention. This is just overall for general health, just to clean out your system and give your body a break from digesting food and allowing you to use that energy for something else. Now, after 2 to 3 days, especially as this is your first time doing it, most people will start to experience right around 2 to 3 days, an increase in energy. Now, the first 2 days, a lot of people will feel those hunger pains. A lot of people will feel tired, will have this huge impulse to want to eat. They'll want to eat at specific times. Most of us confuse that for hunger, but it's not actually hunger. It's actually the same feelings that we would get as if we were addicted to something. They're addicted feelings. It's not a hunger feeling. Once you get past 3 to 4 days, you will begin to have the experience of what it is like to actually be hungry. And once we get past 4 to 5 days, our body will start to release stem cells for repair, for growth. So we go through all of this and our body starts to release natural stem cells that are anti-inflammatory, that help us heal, that help us regenerate the body. So this first 1 to 3 days, 1 to almost 4 days, we're cleaning out the garbage. And then the rest of it, we're bringing in new materials to help ourselves regenerate and rejuvenate and grow. So we talked a little bit about the actual physical benefits of fasting at each of these different stages. But one of the things that we didn't talk about are the energetic, the metaphysical, the spiritual, the mental benefits of doing this fast, which I believe are even more important and more profound than doing the physical benefits. There are certain diets that you can buy, certain kits where you can do a mimic of a fasting diet. So you're gonna get the physical benefits of doing the fast, but you're not gonna get the energetic or the mental benefits of doing the fast because you're actually eating something. You're actually putting something in your mouth and you're having the feeling of food in your body and you're getting the hit of dopamine from just putting food inside of your body. And you're also keeping the same patterns of eating that you had before. You're not doing any rewiring of your brain, any rewiring of your habits. So what happens for us spiritually is we become lighter. We use less energy to digest our food, and all that energy that normally is taken from our field to digest the food can be used for other things, can go into higher centers in our body, higher energy centers, so that we can attract more things in our life. And this is my belief that one of the reasons why fasting is actually so rejuvenative and so healing is because it brings you into this higher dimensional state. Normally when we go through life, we see things in chaos, we see things in what's called entropy, where everything is going from order to disorder. But if that was how everything actually worked, we wouldn't get here, we would not be here, because something had to give us order. And that ordering principle comes from these higher dimensional states, these higher dimensional ways of being. If we're going to access these higher dimensional states, this state of syntropy, when we fast, we free up energy from our field to allow our body to enter these higher dimensional states so we can actually align and literally get out of the way for that healing principle to take over our body and heal our body. And this healing principle doesn't just heal our body, it also helps us attract experience, attract things into our lives. The mental benefits of this, it helps you see how deep you were programmed. How deep you were programmed to eat at certain times, to want to eat certain foods. And as you start to break down this programming, as you start to see yourself break down this programming, it allows you to see other areas of your life where you were programmed. And once you have awareness of these programs, you can start to break them down and change them to other programs, new programs that are way more useful for you to have a better life. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I just want to thank you for getting to the end of the video and supporting me. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you next time.